Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. So, good morning, everybody. So, we are just waiting for join the others. After that, we'll start our class. Today, we are going to learn the graph coloring. So, let us wait for join others. After that, we'll start our class. We shall wait for just 1 or 2 minutes. Then we'll start our class. We'll just wait for just 1 minute. After that, we'll start our class. Okay, we shall start our class. My screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
So today we are going to learn the graph coloring. So what is the graph coloring? That is given a graph G, a vertex coloring. Problem is to determine the minimum number of color required to paint all the vertex, of G such that no two adjacent vertices have the same color. So minimum number of the color for a graph G to color the vertex is minimum number of the color to paint all the vertices such a way that no two adjacent vertices are in the same color. If we take one graph, suppose this is a G, then if we color this vertex as red, then we cannot color this vertex or this vertex as red. Because of that, only this is the red. So adjacent of this vertex, if we say that this is the V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. So adjacent to V1 is V2 and V6. So V2 and V6 are not in the same color. If we give that R1, V1 equal to red color, then here we have to put any other color. Suppose it is a blue. This is cannot be red. Then you can put it, this is also blue. Now for adjacent to this one and this one already red, which is the other color. So this is cannot be blue. So you can make it as red. So adjacent to blue, this is also red and this is also red, right? So now here it is the blue, it is red, you can put here also red. Then adjacent to this red, you can put here the blue. Then look at here, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. So no two adjacents color. So number of color is required here. Number of color is equal to 2. So the chromatic number of this graph, chromatic number is 2. Chromatic number means number of the minimum color which is required to make the all vertex coloring. With this way, no two adjacent vertices are in the same color. That is called the chromatic number. So for this graph G, the chromatic number is 2. Is it clear? What is the graph vertex coloring of a graph? No two adjacent vertices will be in the same color. As V1 is the red, so V2 and V6 are the adjacent to the V1, so they must not be red. Both are the blue. Now for V2, adjacent to V2 is equal to V1 and V3. So V1 and V3 cannot be blue. They are given red. Adjacent to V3 is V2 and V4. V3 is red, so V2 and V4 cannot be red. They are blue. Again, adjacent to V4 is equal to V3 and V5. As V4 is equal to blue, so V3 and V5 cannot be blue. They are given red. Now adjacent to V5, V5 is red. Adjacent to V5 is equal to V4 and V6. So they cannot be the red. Both are given blue. Now adjacent to V6 is V1 and V5, right? So V6 is the blue. So V1 and V5 cannot be the blue. They are red. So here minimum number of the color required to paint all the vertex is 2, red and blue. Number of the colors is required 2. So the chromatic number of this graph to color the vertex is 2. That is why it is known as the chromatic number is 2. Is it clear to all? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this is called the chromatic number, and this way we are coloring any graph. Now here is a note. Since a vertex with a loop can never be properly colored, properly colored colored. It is understood that graphs in this context are loopless. Because of that, if there is any loop, what is the degree of a loop? Degree of a loop is 2.
2.
So if it is the loop, then degree one is in degree, another is out degree. So this one in degree and this one out degree. So it is the same thing. So same vertex cannot be colored by the different color. So for coloring of a graph, that graph must be loopless. That graph must be loopless. Clear? As well as it is less of parallel edges. Because of that, if there is an edge, parallel edge here, then for V2 the adjacent is V3, again V3. So both are in the same color red. So it is also the loopless as well as pendant. There is no other parallel vertices. So the graph must be the simple graph. Simple graph means we know that the graph is loopless and as well as there is no parallel edges. So for coloring of a graph must be simple. That is, there will be no loop and no parallel edges. Because of that, if there is parallel edges or loop, then we cannot satisfy the given condition that no two adjacent vertices are in the same color. It cannot be done if there is any parallel edges or any loop. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to give the definition of chromatic number. Already I have told you what is the chromatic number. Now we are going to define the chromatic number. Chromatic number of a graph. The smallest number of color needed to color a graph G is called its chromatic number. Chromatic number and is denoted by chi G. This is the chi. That is we got chi G. It is denoted as chi G. So chromatic number means smallest number of the color which is required to make a graph color. Now some important results. Number one, a null graph is monochromatic. What is a null graph? What is null graph? Null graph means graph having no edge. That means the graph is having all the isolated vertices like this. This is the isolated vertex. This is the graph G, null graph. So this can be red, this one also red, this one also red, this one also red, this one also red. As there is no adjacent vertices, because of that there is no edges, so we cannot say that they are the adjacent vertices. So all of the vertices are isolated. So for a null graph, chromatic number is 1. So we can say that a null graph is a chromatic monochromatic. Mono means 1, we know that. Is it clear? What is a null graph and why it is a
Yes, sir.
monochromatic? As there is no edges, edgeless graph is called the null graph, only vertices are here. So there is no question about the adjacent vertices. So each and every vertex can be colored by same color. There will be no adjacent vertices. So we can require only one color to color the graph. So null graph is a monochromatic. So chi g equal to 1 for a null graph. Number 2. A simply connected graph G, a simply connected graph G containing one or containing one or more edges, containing one or more edges is at least is at least bichromatic. That is the value of chi g. What can we write down?
2.
Not 2, greater than equal to 2, because of
Yes,
that
greater than.
at least 2. So 2 or more than 2. So they have said that a simple connected graph. Look at here, the simple, the graph which is a simple. Because of that, no parallel edges or no loop will be interacting for a graph coloring. It is a simple connected. That means for each vertex we can go every. So there is no isolated vertex actually. Connected graph means the graph which does not contain any isolated vertex. If it is 1 or 2, so at least, and previous graph we have already seen that it is a connected graph and the chromatic number is 2. So you cannot reduce this 2 into 1. Bichromatic, bi means the 2, so bichromatic. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now number 3. For a complete graph Kn, for a complete graph means, what is a complete graph?
Every vertex is connected to each other.
Every vertex, vertices are connected to each other. Okay. came with in vertices, with in vertices, phi of kn, that means chromatic number of kn, is equal to n. Since all its vertices are adjacent to each other, it follows that a graph containing a complete graph, a graph containing containing complete graph of r vertices is at least r, is at least r chromatic number, r chromatic. So if we take that for example, if we take that K3, is that K3? So if we take this as red, then this is blue, then this was yellow. Isn't it? It is a complete graph 3. So because of that, R, if we say that this is the vertex 1, this one is the vertex 2, this one is the vertex 3. So with the V1, adjacent vertices are V2 and V3. So V2 and V3 is not with the red. So we are taking V2 is blue and V3 is yellow. Because of that, again, for V2, V3 and V1 both are adjacent. So as V2 is the blue, so V3 cannot be blue, so it is yellow and V1 is red. Again for V3, adjacent vertices are V1 and V2. As V3 is the yellow, so V2 and V1 cannot be the yellow, they are red and blue. So here the chromatic number is 3. Is it clear to everybody? For a complete
Yes,
graph,
sir.
each and every vertices are adjacent, so at least the number of the complete graph is equal to chromatic number, at least that, maybe more than that also. Here we are taking the case 3, so chromatic number of this graph is equal to 3. Chromatic number is equal to 3, is equal to pi of K3. Pi of K3 equal to 3. Now, can we go for the next part? Number 4. If G be a graph, if G be a graph having in vertices, then phi G less than equal to 10. Is it clear? The chromatic number cannot exceed the number of the vertices. Chromatic number at most is equal to the number of the vertices. Previously, we have already seen that for a complete graph K3, number of the vertices was 3 and number of the chromatic number was also the 3. So chromatic number cannot be 4 for K3. It is said here. Is it clear? What does this line is mean? What is the meaning of this line? Is it clear to everybody? Chi cannot exceed the number of the vertices of the graph. Now we are going for number 5. Let H be a subgraph. Let's capital subgraph of the graph G, of the graph G. Then IH less than equal to phi G. Isn't it? It must be because of that subgraph. For the subgraph, number of the vertices cannot be exceeded for the original graph. So number of the vertices of the original graph is either more than to the subgraph of H or equal to the subgraph of H. In the previous theorem, we have said that in the above theorem, the chi G less than equal to n and chi of H maximum having the number of the vertices is n. So chi H also less than equal to n. So from here we can conclude that chi H less than equal to chi G. Is it clear? Chi H less than equal to chi G. Is this clear to everybody? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So number 6. Result number 6 is degree of a vertex V is equal to D. Degree of a vertex V equal to D. Then at most sorry, D colors are required to color all the vertices adjacent to V. Is it clear? Degree of V is equal to D. Then at most D colors is required to color all the vertices at most. It is given that at most. That means this is the highest. It cannot be exceed D. Maybe less than that. Here, now number 7 is the last result for graph coloring. Every k chromatic graph, has at least k vertices such that the degree V greater than equal to V. Is it clear? Every k chromatic graph has at least k vertices of degree V, such that the degree V greater than equal to k minus 1. Either k minus 1 or greater than k minus 1. K chromatic graph means at most it is k. Now we are going for one theorem. Every tree with two or more vertices is two chromatic. This is called a tree for graph. So it is red, then it is blue, then it is red, then it is blue, it is also blue, it is also blue. It is blue, then it is red, 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 red. Look at here. No two vertices, no two adjacent vertices are same color. This is the tree. Tree means it is not a connected graph, only taking all the vertices which is simply minimum connection. There is a minimum connection. Minimally connected graph is called the tree. Here the graph is minimally connected. If we lace one edges, then the graph should be disconnected graph. Isn't it? Minimum connected graph is called the tree. Is it understood? Every tree with two or more vertices is two chromatic. Hello? I have not got any response from your EDP.
Yes,
Please
sir.
respond. Another theorem is there. This theorem are very, very important and it is required to solve any kind of the problem of chromatic number. Again, another theorem is cycle Cn with n greater than equal to 3 sorry with n vertices is two chromatic if n is even and chromatic if n is odd. A cycle Cn with n vertices, obviously n greater than equal to 3, is two chromatic if n is even and three chromatic is n is odd. Is this understood?
सर एक एग्जांपल दे.
So this is three vertices and this is a cycle. It is a closed graph, that is the cycle, right? If it is the red, then it is blue and it is Yellow. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So here it is the 3 chromatic. As the number of the n is the odd, so it is odd, so it is 3 chromatic. If we take even number, it is also a cycle. It is V1, V2, V3, it is V4. If it is red, then it is blue, it is red, it is blue. Number of the vertices is 4, which is even. So number of the colors required to properly color this graph is 2 chromatic, isn't it? It is the even
Yes, sir.
cycle. So chi g equal to 2, and this one is the odd cycle. So chi g is equal to 3. It was told here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And right now, what we have said, this is called the vertex coloring, right? Another part of this, the coloring of a graph, that is the edge coloring. These are all are said about the vertex coloring. So another part also called, that is the edge coloring. When the vertex coloring and edge coloring both are at a time done, then we can say that the total coloring of a graph. Now we are going to said about the edge coloring. And edge coloring of a graph G is a proper coloring of its edge. That is, it is an assignment of colors to edges, so that no vertex of G is incident to two edges of the same color. Right? So here incident to this vertex, this edge, and this edge, they are the incident edge. So if we give that this is a color of yellow, then this edge cannot be yellow, this edge cannot be yellow. This edge may be the violet, and this edge may be the sky blue. So we can read sky.